Hello, everyone. So I had a little bit of time today, so I decided to let you know why not do a video about this. So yeah, here I am. I've stopped uploading videos because I've been busy at work. I haven't really had time. I work. I have a another like a job, and I don't really have time sometimes to do things. So yeah, for now, YouTube is kind of like a these weekly reviews are kind of like a hobby. Hopefully, I hope that maybe work can settle down so I can do some other videos. In the meantime, hello everyone and welcome to today's video, and we will be talking about the newest chapter for Kaiju No.8, which has gotten pretty fucking hype, I'm not gonna lie. So the last chapters we had Kafka with his new transformation, and he's just overwhelming. Number 9, he's like I don't know what the official coloring is for this form. It looks white, so it could be maybe colors reversed. It could be like blue, and then the because the OG one is like gray with like blue or green lines, depends on who's coloring it. So maybe this one is like reverse, maybe it's blue or green with like black and gray, lines on it. I don't know, but it's giving me very big anti-venom vibes. From the moment I saw it, I said, yeah, that motherfucker is anti-venom, but he's not. But he's giving me huge anti-venom vibes because he's just overpowered, and he is a really good countermeasure to this, villain, number 9. The difference is that, anti-venom basically heals the symbiote and, I guess, a parasite, but it's a whole different thing, right? I would have liked it if he had an anti-venom type, feel where he, like, his punches, I guess, cure Hoshina of the parasitic kaiju. I don't know, it would have been something cool like that. That would have been a really cool way to, again, retrieve Hoshina. No, Hoshina, what am I talking about? Retrieve Yoshida? I forgot his name. Commander, the commander, the one that is I forgot all of these people's names. Oh my god. But the blonde-haired commander that was taking control, I forgot his name. I really did. Oh my goodness. But yeah, basically I would have expected for something like that to happen, but it didn't. But I mean, it's fine. It's okay. And yeah, so he's fighting off this guy, and he's overpowering him, and he's just really, really great. He's just really, really strong. I will say though, this chapter gave me huge, like, Dragon Ball vibes, and I don't mean like beginning. From OG Dragon Ball, I only read like a couple of chapters. I didn't really read that many. And from like the original Dragon Ball, like the Frieza saga and the Cell saga, these beam blasts are giving me huge Dragon Ball vibes. The way that this mangaka drew those beams gave me huge Dragon Ball vibes. And then the fact that Kafka shoots out like a beam through his feet gave me huge Goku Kamehameha from his feet against Demon King Piccolo. Again, I never read all the way until Demon King Piccolo, but you get spoiled, right? Because it's been such a long time. But yeah, it gave me those vibes. It gave me huge of those vibes, which is absolutely amazing, and I welcome it. I welcome it in all of its glory. I thought it was very good, and a lot of people in the comments for Manga Plus were mentioning exactly that fact, that it gave huge Dragon Ball vibes. It gave huge Goku, Kafka, and Vegeta number 9 vibes, and it kind of does. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure number 9 has already realized or noticed, the regret or why the power up has happened, because Kafka has chosen to, shoulder all of that regret, all of that anger, and into himself, and has become one with his inner demon. Typical shonen stuff, right? So he got that power up. The reason why it's white in the manga, I guess it's kind of symbolic. Before it was like grayish, resembling like inner struggle and anger, and like it's dark, and then now in the manga, at least it's white, representing purity and all of that shit. You guys know what you guys know color meaning. You guys know what it means. All right, so it had a grayish type of coloring, and now it's like pure white in a way. So like, I mean, it's metaphorical, but it works, right? And I really like this chapter, mostly the action. I like that the action is different because before, like, the action was great, but it was very hand-to-hand combat-y, like, all the time. And I really appreciate that now Kafka is, like, doing something different. So he's shooting out beams. He's punching those beams. He's, like, flying around and shit. Because there was a part where he creates, like, I guess, thrusters in his elbow and in his feet. And he's just flying with that. I was like, why didn't he do that before? Like, he could make thrusters from his hands, from his arms. He would use that to, like, punch harder. So I was like, why didn't you do that before? And now I understood. And now this guy is flying around, shooting laser beams. I like it. It's really cool. So I am enjoying this a little bit more. I feel like, for me as a reader, me reading this, it is this manga's second wind. That is not to say that before I didn't think it was a good manga or that it had issues. It did have issues and it was enjoyable, but after a while, for me, it got repetitive. At least it was interesting, but kind of repetitive. In this case, I think this power up is like the second wind, and this lore is this manga's second wind. For me, I am grabbing onto this thing with a lot more excitement, and I am really excited about it. I think this is not the final battle. I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna find a way to escape and latch on to someone else. Xiao, that was his name, right? Xiao, Commander Xiao, something like that. So I feel like it's gonna find a way to escape. It could escape onto another host. That other host could be the people that are close to there. So it could be Hoshina, or it could be Narumi. One of them two. One of them could be the next host for this thing, and then thus could be the next final villain. Because Narumi is a very intelligent guy, and his ability would be stupid broken with, being powered up by an overpowered monster like his number 9, or the parasite that is taking over number 9. So yeah, it could potentially be a really good option if it takes over Narumi. If it takes over Hoshina, he has really good capabilities, but I think maybe the monster that he has will probably fight it off. Or it could take over, I don't know, like what is his name? Leno, I think his name was Leno or Reno. I could take over Leno and just give him some protagonism there and make it like morally ambiguous for Kafka to like kill Leno or not. Or it could take over Mina, and then that could like raise the stakes a little bit more. I feel like if it takes over Mina, it would raise the stakes a lot more and would be much more interesting. But I also feel like if it takes over Mina, that would make it morally like, oh shit. Obviously, if it takes over either of them, the power of friendship will prevail, and they will be saved. But yeah, I don't really think this is the final battle. I feel like this is the preamble to the final battle, and after this motherfucker is going to escape, and it's going to be the final battle afterward. I would have enjoyed to have a final arc that was full of monsters just taking over. That did happen today, but it felt very controlled. I never truly felt like there was a sense of danger. Like, oh man, the only time I really felt like it was dangerous was like the number 9 and its goons. But the goons were taken care of, and like we're all Gucci. So I don't know. I never felt like it was an imminent like world-class threat. You know what I mean? So I really hope that maybe for the final battle, it could be like an all-out, I guess, world war against the monsters, and Kafka leading, the final battle. I don't know, man. I really hope this gives me huge Pacific Rim vibes, because it's not giving me those end of the world vibes, which apparently the world is imminently going to end, whether number 9 survives or number 8 turns hostile. They say it's going to end, but I don't feel like it's going to end. I feel like it's going to be one final battle in like a city and not worldwide. Whereas, for example, with Pacific Rim, that speech that Idris Elba's character gives of "Tonight we are stopping the apocalypse," I was like, oh my god, stop. So yeah, I really hope this manga ends up giving me a huge final fight vibes. If it is a final arc, I'm already saying it's the final arc, right? But there is no indicator that it's the final arc. If it's gonna keep going, I hope it keeps going and it picks up the pace and it, you know, gets good. But yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say. Really, not much happened. But yeah, give me your comments and see you next time. Bye bye.